What's up, guys? I'm back at you again with another story time. And we're going to just jump right into it. But after you guys subscribe to my channel, because it's kind of like, what the fuck is the point of y'all watching my channel if you're not going to subscribe? Like, it makes no sense. Like, just keep your view if you're not going to subscribe to my channel, to be honest. This story time is about the time where my ex best friend was fucking with somebody who I was deeply involved with. And this is how it pretty much goes. So I started talking to this guy when I was 13, and I lied to him about my age. He thought that I was 15 turning 16, but I was 13 turning 14. And so my birthday got here, he made all these posts on social media about me turning 16 and how the person who he was dealing with is becoming like a young man now. And how he was just so excited, like, to pretty much, be kicking it with me. And so prior to us moving forward, like getting heavier, he told me like that his last relationship didn't work out because the last dude he was talking to lied to him about his age. So in my head, I'm like, oh shit, because little do you know, I'm doing the same thing, but I'm not about to tell you. Like, at this point, no, I've been wanting to talk to you for so long because I had the biggest crush on him for the longest time. Like, he made me wait so long before he actually gave me the time of day. And the reason why he made me wait for so long is because he kept saying I was so young and blah, 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 blah. So at that point, I'm not going to tell you. So, when my birthday got here, like I said, he made all these posts and stuff like that. It was kind of like my conscience started to eat at me, but not for real yet. So I was in middle school and he was in college. Like I said, I was 13 turning 14 and he was 19 turning 20. So, I think maybe about 2 weeks after my birthday, I finally told him, like, I was lying to you about my age. I'm not 16. I just turned 14, and I know you said your last relationship didn't work because the person lied to you about their age. So at this point, I just want to tell you the truth right here, right now. And indeed, he did stop talking to me. We stopped talking for a long time. I want to say it was like going on a year that I hadn't talked to him. And like within that year of us not talking, he was like engaged to somebody in St. Louis and all this shit, like all of this shit. And so I believe he moved back to Detroit. Him and his fiance moved to Detroit, and he got shot. He got robbed and shot in the alley of a Family Dollar in the hood. And so I knew he had got shot, and I was going to this high school called Renaissance High School in Detroit at the time, and he was at Killer Grace, well, Sinai Grace. I call it Killer Grace because everybody in Detroit know that you do not fucking go to Sinai. I don't give a shit if I get shot in the parking lot of Sinai. Bitch, do not take me to Sinai. Take me to fucking Providence. That's the closest hospital in that area other than Sinai. And because Sinai will kill your ass, like, you can go in there with a goddamn flu and walk out with AIDS and about to die. Like, Sinai is not where it's at. But so I was tempted to walk from my school down to the hospital because they're like on the same block. And I didn't. I didn't go because I knew he was engaged, and it's kind of like, what the fuck do I look like walking up in your hospital room while you in ICU, trying to check on you and shit, and here go your current dealings. Like, here's your fiance. Why would I come up there? You get what I'm saying? So I didn't go. Later on, I got more facts of the story, and actually when he got shot, he actually died, but they resuscitated him and brought him back to life. Like, that's crazy. That's the key point to this story. So I believe at the end of that same year or the beginning of the very next year, they actually called off the engagement, and I didn't hear from him for a while again. But I think I actually reconnected with him. Somehow, some way, we got back in contact. And, I was like, at the time, I was like 14. I didn't have a car. I used to walk all around. So he worked at this Save-A-Lot on Plymouth and Evergreen, and I lived on Plymouth and Southfield. Then they're almost West Chicago in Southfield. And so me and my god sister walked all the way to Save-A-Lot. You know, it was a nice day in the neighborhood that day, and we were just walking. Like, I'm like, fuck it, let's walk up to Save-A-Lot and let's just go meet him in person finally, because I didn't even tell y'all, like, we was talking so heavy, but we had never ever met. Like, it was like literally over the phone and over Oovel. We always Oovel. Like, and for those who don't know what Oovel is, it's like Skype. It was like really, really popular when I was in middle school, and because you could group call on Oovel. But we used to always be on Oovel, always be on the phone, always texting all the time, tweeting all the time. Like I told y'all, I met him on Twitter. So I finally met him that day at Save-A-Lot. And so I believe after that, we just kept on talking and kept on kicking it. So, we were always off and on beefing with each other, off and on beefing with each other. So the guy who I lied to about my age, we're gonna say his name was Larry. We're gonna say my best friend name was Rocky, and we're gonna say the bitch who I hated name was Hazel. Okay. So regardless of me and Larry always being at odds and always beefing and falling out, this was the person who I thought that I could trust no matter what. Whether we're on good terms or bad terms, I just know you're that one person who would never, ever cross me. You get what I'm saying? I know everybody got that one person who they feel like you that one, like you gonna always have a special place in my heart. Well, at least he used to have one, a special place in my heart. My best friend name was Rocky. We're gonna start talking about Rocky because Rocky has to make his way on into this story so y'all can understand how this all correlates and how bitches just do some foul ass shit. Rocky and Larry never knew each other. Me and Rocky were so close to where everyone thought that we were blood relatives. They thought that we were blood brothers. We used to make everybody think that we were blood brothers. I knew his family, from his grandparents to his siblings to his parents. I knew the whole shebang, okay? I never thought he would cross me either. So here you have it, my best friend Rocky and my old nigga Larry. And these are the two people I put on pedestals in my life. I never thought that neither one of these bitches would cross me in no type of way, shape, or form. Larry used to pay my friends to bring me to him because he lived so far east, way far away from me. And he didn't have a car, I didn't have a car, but he would pay my friends to bring me to him. And that was all cool, fine, and dandy, but that wasn't making me do anything but fall for him more. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm starting to feel like this is a mind game thing. At the time, me and my best friend Rocky were always beefed out off and on as well too. But me and him never had issues to where we couldn't patch it up in 2 to 3 days. It was never nothing really deep for real. We never really crossed each other for real. We never burned no bridges with each other. It's just something that me and him never ever did. So for that reason, I felt as if I will always be able to trust him as well. So it was this other bitch who I hated. I hated. Me and Rocky were gonna beat him up. His name is Hazel. We were gonna beat Hazel's ass. Like, we used to be plotting on Hazel. We used to get into it on Instagram under pictures and shit, arguing with Hazel, like teaming up on Hazel together. Me and him versus Hazel and his friend. We used to just be going at it, going at it, going at it. Not to mention, me and Hazel used to be really, 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 really close too, way back in the day. So then you have Chuck, which is one of my old niggas too. So me and Rocky were on bad terms because Rocky and Chuck were messing around. Chuck is my old nigga and Rocky was my best friend. But see, I already knew about Rocky and Chuck, so I didn't really get too mad about them two because Rocky and Chuck used to fuck with each other before I even knew Rocky and before I even knew Chuck. So at that point, I'm gonna give you a pass for that one because y'all got history. Even though you should not be fucking with him no more because you know that I'm involved with him now and me and you are so tight and I did not know this was your nigga previous to me and you being friends, you would think that you would just dead the situation because, you know, that's your friend man now. You feel me? So when I'm getting phone calls and I'm finding out that Chuck is spending the night over your house because y'all quote unquote friends now, bitch, that's not gonna cut it because y'all don't have no reason being friends with me not being involved, especially if y'all already have history of fucking with each other. That's very inappropriate and I would never pull no shit like that with none of my friends' mans, one of my old men or not. You know what I'm saying? When me and Rocky started being cool because of the shit he was pulling with Chuck, Me and him stayed not cool for a long, long time. But out of the blue, Rocky resurfaced being bestie bitches with motherfucking Hazel. Rocky and Hazel are now brothers. Like they're all over social media together. Everybody thinks that they're like just bestie boos and they're tight, and it's just them versus the world. It is Rocky and Hazel versus all you hoes. And it's just so mind boggling to me that it used to be me and Rocky versus Hazel. Bitch, what the fuck is going on here? Y'all hoes are a fugazi, okay? So we're gonna keep on going. Rocky never knew Larry. Ever. Ever. They had no type of dealings with each other. They only knew of each other because of me. Okay? Let's get that very fucking clear. So, like I said, Larry lived far, far away from me, east. But Larry used to have his friends come pick him up and bring him west, near me. And then his friends would come and pick me up because they lived in the same neighborhood as me. They would come pick me up, and I was just, I would hang with Larry at his friends' houses, like every day, every day, every day. So at this point, we're going really, really strong, and like all of Larry's friends know about me, even though they all low key liked me and all low key flirted with me on the slick tip that I didn't really catch until the end of everything. They always knew what the fuck it was. Everybody knew what the fuck it was. Like, I used to post him on social media. He used to post me on social media. Even though we were not together, the world did not know that. You get what I'm saying? So, when me getting into it with Larry again, and me being at odds with Larry, Larry starts being friends with Rocky. What business do you have being friends with one of your niggas, ex-best friend, who you know he cannot stand anymore and who you know they have beef up to here? Like, you just don't do that. Where does the loyalty come into play? So at that point, I started kind of like detaching myself slowly but surely, because you're showing me the type of person that you are, because the shit that you're pulling with me, I would never pull on you. And that'd be my problem day by day, year by year. That'd be my problem with other people. Like, y'all never give me the same energy, loyalty, and respect that I give y'all. The shit that people pull on me, I would never do to them in a million years, because I'm cut from a different cloth. Like, the whole shit that y'all do, that y'all think is okay in this gay community, is so foul. Like, the LGBT community has a whole different mindset and way of thinking when it comes to loyalty and things that you do and not do when it comes to your friend and your friend's niggas. Like, it's just mind-blowing to me, and I just can't get with that. And I feel like for that reason, it's probably why I don't have a lot of gay friends, because they always like they want to fight me or have a problem with me. It's just because, bitch, we're cut from a different cloth. But back to the story. So, Larry and Rocky were quote-unquote friends for all of this time. Like, it was nothing inappropriate. They were just cool. That was just his bro. And on social media, they portrayed it as, like, this is my bro, this is my bro, this is my bro. And we just cool, and we just be kicking it, pretty much. And it's just my bro. I wasn't buying that shit. Your intuition is never wrong. You always trust your gut. Always trust the red flags. But I was not buying that shit. We're going to push that to the side, though. In the midst of all of this chaos, me not being cool with Larry, me not being cool with Rocky, me not being cool with Hazel, me not being cool with Chuck, all these bitches are just doing some foul ass shit to me. So, regardless of if Larry and Rocky were kicking it, like dating or not, I'm saying, and not making it public, who he was fucking with publicly and flirting with publicly was Hazel. Larry, whether me and you cool or not, you making me look so dumb by you being my nigga and fucking with the enemy. You are fucking with a op. Whether y'all fucking with each other or not, you are kicking with a op. A op who does not fuck with you and who is fucking with you purposely to get to me. And you're falling for it, you fucking dummy. And to this day, this is why I hate Aries, because Larry is a Aries, and I hate Aries. Y'all are some lying ass, sneaky ass, vindictive ass, manipulative ass creatures who don't know shit about loyalty. Whew. So, you know, Larry was always telling me, like, I don't fuck with Hazel. Hazel and Rocky are just both really cool. Now, mind you, I told you, Hazel and Rocky are now best friends. So he's pretty much hanging with the both of them at the same damn time. So you're not fucking with one op, but you're fucking with two ops at the same damn time. The three of y'all op asses hang together on the regular. I'll never forget that Larry and Hazel got into it on Twitter one day, and Hazel put it all on the floor about, like, Larry catching the bus to come see him, Larry, like, sucking his dick after he didn't caught the bus to come see him, like, all of this shit. Like, Hazel is publicly blasting Larry, and I'm getting my life because, bitch, karma is a bitch. And y'all are all on some sneaky foul ass shit. I forgive him for fucking with Hazel, my young naive ass. So, moving forward, me and him start hanging again, and I started going over his friend's house again, so, to see him and hang with him and chill. But one day, something just was not sitting right with me. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was so rainy outside. It was a thunderstorm. His friend had left and went to work. His friend was like a CNA or something in the hospital. So his friend was always going like crazy ass hours. So me and him just pretty much was always just at his friend's house all the time, just me and him. This day, something just was not sitting right with me. I watched him earlier that day put his phone password in. He had an iPhone. I watched him type the password in. It was 4 digits, and I memorized it. The moment he fell asleep, and I know he was good in sleep because of this rain, I went right in that motherfucking phone. And, time waits for nobody. So I had to hurry up and make this mission happen because he could wake up at any time. So you know how on the iPhone you could press the home button, or you could drag it downwards to where the search bar comes up, and you can search words, and whatever is in your phone with those words in it, it's going to surface it. Messages, notes, calendars, anything that has those words you typed in it will pop up. So I started typing in like sex, like dick, head, like my name, Rocky name, Hazel name. I just started typing up anything I could think of that could be inappropriate between these bitches, and let's see what pop up. I think I typed in my name, and my name were in their messages, but it was like some shit, okay, we ain't gonna worry about that right now. We on a mission. So then I deleted that, and I typed in like head or something like that. And then a whole message thread pops up between Rocky and Larry, my ex-best friend and my off and on again nigga. These messages pop up. So I'm just like, let's just get into it. Let's see what's in these messages. So when you click the thread, wherever you typed in and searched in that bar that brought you to those messages, it's going to skip everything and take you right to that segment where that word could be found at. Lo and fucking behold, Rocky and Larry are fucking. They were fucking. My ex-best friend and my off and on again nigga were fucking behind my back. And here I go, giving you bitches the benefit of the fucking doubt when I knew all of the red flags were there. And not only was he fucking Rocky, but you remember I already told y'all that Hazel was blasting his ass on Twitter for sucking his dick and catching the bus to see him and pretty much just being on his dick. So not only were you fucking around with Hazel, but you was fucking around with Rocky too. You were fucking with two ops. You were fucking with the op who was near and dear to my heart. and you just fucking with a bitch I absolutely do not fuck with, and that bitch disgusts me, and you know it. Crazy thing about all of this is the shit that I was doing for Larry. I was doing husband ass shit for a dude who wasn't even my committed boyfriend. I was doing shit for you off faith and hope. Faith that you weren't like the rest of them. Faith that you weren't gonna like do no whole shit to me. Faith that I was gonna be with you when I got older. Let's get back some. Before my sis ever had even drove me to his apartments, he almost died again. He had like, I don't know if y'all know what gangrene is, but I believe it was like gangrene. His appendix ruptured. And so he had like a dying organ inside of him and he didn't know. He just know he kept getting sick and throwing up. But the problem was that his blood was getting infected because he just had this appendix that was like rotting inside of him that he had no clue about. The doctors told him that he came to the ER right one time because if he would have just let it keep on going on for like a few more days, he is probably going to be a dead man walking. That actually happened to him while we were at odds. So, like I told y'all, just so coincidentally, every time that I call myself cutting him off and blocking him or removing him from social media, something drastic happens to where he's almost about to die. So, me, at that age, I caught a Uber from Westland to motherfucking Southfield. That's a lot in an Uber. And I'm 16. When I got there, he was like, oh my God, about to cry. He couldn't even believe that I even came. I had no clue he was in the hospital. He FaceTimed me randomly, was like, damn, so you wasn't even gonna fucking check on me and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, fuck you mean check on you? I don't know what the fuck going on with you. I don't have you on social media. And he told me that he was in the hospital and he was like, how sick that he was. When I got there, his doctors and nurses was like, you know, well, he's been refusing to walk or whatever, and he won't get up out of the bed, so if you could, see if you could get him up and walk him around, because he has to walk around, or I'm saying pretty much like it's going to take him longer to start walking again because the pain is going to set in. And when I got there, he actually hopped his ass up, and we walked back and forth through the hospital. I mean, up the hallway and down the hallway. Just one big-ass lap while he carried his IV pole and all of that. And it's just like the shit that I was doing for you, and for you to turn around and do that to me. I was like 16 loaning this nigga like $120 to go get groceries because he didn't pay his rent and he don't have no money to eat. Like, I was breaking bread with this nigga at such a young age. Mind you, I'm 16. And by the time I was 16, I think he was like 21 or 22 or some shit like that. But here goes this kid doing this for your grown ass, and this is how you repay me. Not only was you being buddy with these bitches behind my back, buddy with bitches who you know I can't stand, you also fucking both of them. And you know, I said some cruel ass shit, cause when I'm mad, it's like I don't give a fuck. When I'm mad, I just say what the fuck ever come to mind, and sometimes I might take it too far. And so I believe I confronted him about it. When I went through his phone, I seen those text messages and I figured out that him and Rocky were fucking. I also continued to scroll and it was a picture of Rocky and Hazel in a full body mirror together, holding each other with no clothes on. And they sent that picture to him. So at that point, like, damn, is y'all having threesomes too? This is just like a mad broke bitch link up, huh? Because at the time, you know, I had more money than all three of y'all. I had more going on than all three of y'all. And I'm the youngest. And it's just like, y'all hoes really mad. Y'all are doing this foul ass shit to me. So when shit hit the fan, I blew the fuck up on everybody. It was kind of like, nah, I'm doing too much. So one day, me and Larry, we have like this little random ass argument about the same situation. Because he was still cool with them, like still kicking with, well, at least with Rocky. He was still kicking with Rocky, you know, being Rocky's friend and all of this. Like, you know how heated I am about this. And you just honestly don't give a fuck. You just don't give a fuck. One day we got into an argument, like I said, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you, you stupid ass bitch. I was like, I hate you. And when you got shot and you died, they shouldn't have brought your dumb ass back. They should have just let your ass go. I mean, at that point, it was just kind of like, when I said it, when it came out of my mouth, I was like, but hey, I didn't say it now, so I'm gonna own it. So that's how I felt. I was sticking by how I felt. And I just pretty much felt like, you know, you play with my heart, I'll play with your life. So, bitch, you should have died. Die, bitch. Because here I am being this loyal ass person for you. This ride or die ass person for you. When your boys been trying to holler. Your boys been trying to fuck with me. Your boys been trying to cash me out. Your boys been trying to like spend their money on me. How about the same dude, that CNA who was always at work? When he called winning everything that happened, he was trying to fuck with me still, because he had been trying to fuck with me from the get-go. But I kept holding him and I never brought it up. And when he found out that I knew what he was doing, he tried to fuck with me again. And he told me the reason why he kept trying to fuck with me is because he knew all along. So here I am, kicking and smiling on all y'all face. And all of y'all know what the fuck is going on behind my back. Because of this situation right here, honest to God, it is 2019. This shit happened in like 2015. And the pain has not reduced. Like, the shit that I felt from that, I can still feel it right now. I'm just not over it. Even though I've told everyone that I have forgiven them, which I have forgiven everyone who was involved. It's just like, just because I have forgiven y'all does not mean that the pain still isn't a burden and not sitting right here, because I still feel every emotion that I felt when I found out. And to this day, I still cannot believe that y'all were Rocky and Larry. I cannot believe that y'all would do such a thing to such a genuine, kind-hearted person that would give you the clothes off of their back and give you their last dollar. And because of these individuals here is why I don't trust the soul. I don't get as close with bitches as I used to. I question everything that someone tells me. You know, I can't even really be all the way mad at y'all because it was like a learning experience. Everything happens for a reason, and I always say that. That is definitely my motto. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It always happens for a reason, and it's always a lesson to be learned. And so I think that I took from that was to stop being so damn naive and stop being so trusting, because everybody isn't your friend. And the people who you expect the most not to do whole shit to you will be the main ones who pull the whole shit that you thought that they would never ever do. That's the lesson from today. I hope that y'all enjoyed this story time. Give me your feedback. Comment below. And it's just like, let me know what y'all think about this. Like, it's just so crazy that nobody's to be trusted. These bitches are not to be trusted. Like I said in the story time video about my cousin. So here you have it. My cousin did whole shit to me. My ex-best friend did whole shit to me. Somebody who I was so in love with then did whole shit to me. And then the bitch Hazel, who I was once friends with before in the very beginning of time, he did whole shit to me. So it was like everybody who I trusted and confided in, y'all are burning those bridges. And I would never fuck with none of y'all the way that I fucked with y'all before. And it's like, be blessed, because we don't really even have that much to talk about no more. Thanks for tuning in. Thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would really, really appreciate if y'all show me some support, because I'm getting very discouraged with this YouTube thing. It's just taking so long. So just show me some love. Comment below. And the key word for today is trust.